All right, guys, this is Math 10 A&W with Mr. Sandhu, and we are into Unit 2, Chapter 2. This is 2.1 on page 75 of your Math 10 Mathworks workbook. 2.1. This is just basically review, change the improper fraction to a mixed numeral expressed in simplest form. So it's two things. You want to take this improper and express it as mixed, and then finish off by expressing in simplest forms. Personally, I find the easiest and most organized way to do this is long division. You guys want to see that, eh? Sorry about that. There you go. It should pop up there any second now. All right. So I think the easiest way to do this is to use long division. So this right here says 188 divided by 12. So if we set up with our long division bracket, and I'll do it on the calculator as well to show you, 12 into 188. So I'll just pop up my calculator. The reason I'm doing long division is because it helps me to see things like remainders. And it organizes everything really nicely so that I'm not juggling it in my mind. So 188 divided by 12 is 15.666. So this 15 is 15 whole. So I'll write 15 down. And the 0.666, most of you can recognize that as 2/3. So you could actually just stop here and say 15 and 2/3 because you recognize the pattern of 0.666 repeat. If you can't, what you do is you use your calculator, like I said, you do 188 divided by 12, look at the whole numbers, it goes 15 times. Now I'm going to go 15 times 12, and I get 180. So 15 times 12 is 180, and that shows me that the remainder is 8. So you would write 15 remainder 8, and when you want to write this as a mixed number now, you take a look at what was the divisor. The 15 is the whole number, so it goes 15 times, and what's on the bottom is what was originally on the bottom. The divisor is 12, so there it is. It's still 12, and the remainder goes on top as 8. Okay, so 12 goes into 188 15 times with 8 left over out of 12. And then that's basically done the first part. So we have made it into a mixed number. The second part is to reduce it into simplest form. So when we look at the fraction here, 8 over 12 is not simplest form. What goes into both numbers? Give me a number that goes into both. 4 does. That's the biggest one that'll go into both. That's the one I would use. You could say 2, and you could do it a couple times with 2's, or you could just go right here and do it with 4. So 8 divided by 4. The bottom of 12 also divides by 4, and we get 15 wholes. The fraction is 8 divided by 4 is 2. 12 divided by 4 is 6. So we could have actually used a bigger number. What number would have gone into both of those that's even bigger than 4? No, sorry, I've done something wrong here. 12 divided by 4 is 3. That's right. There is my mistake. Sorry about that. Okay, so 15 and 2/3. That is the simplest and most organized way to convert it to a mixed number and simplify it and also show your work on a test. Because that way if you made some mistake, like I made the mistake of 2 over 6. Let's just assume that you did too. If this was a test situation and you put this down as your answer, or maybe you went even further and said, oh, I can keep going here, I can divide that by 2, and I can divide that by 2, and I'm going to get 15 and 1/3. If you put that on a test, I would still be able to give you part marks. I'd give you marks for this stuff here. I would give you marks for that division setup, and you would lose the mark for making a calculation error. So you'd still get a bunch of marks by showing your work. All right? That's the recommended way. Thanks a lot.